Okay, so I made a video of me doing my son's music studio. He does, he produces like electronic music, and his name is Ethan Camerata. You can find his stuff on SoundCloud and Spotify, YouTube, and Ethan, E-T-H-A-N, Camerata, C-A-M-A-R-A-T-A. And so he was in a big old plain room, well, little old plain room, white walls, used to be our playroom when they were babies, so it was a mess, and toys, and he was just all squeezed in with it. So I decided for Christmas that I was going to get him, or make him, a nice little studio for himself. So I'm not showing my face because I'm a mess right now, but I'm his mom, and I'm a little older, you know, 40 something, and I just was online, and everybody that does this is guys, which I appreciate all this research that I did to find out how to do all this. But I just thought, you know, I'm a woman, I'll try and video it and show you what I did for my son's studio. So anyways, I'm near the end of the problem, or near the end of the you know, whole thing being done. So it's still a mess in here, but basically I'm done now. So I'm gonna put together the video and show you guys what I did. Hope you liked the video. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, so I removed the old ceiling fan. I mean the old light fixture. Turn the power off. I see my black and white wires. Power off. There's the old lovely light fixture. And now I'm going to prepare this part. Okay, figure 3 done. Frame up, wires pulled through. Looks good. So I'm going to follow directions. Figure 8, here I come. Okay, so here's the wire that goes to the light. That's what it looks like, and now I will go attempt to put it up. Okay, so now there is my fan. Okay, so we're going to put the decorative housing on now. Right there. It goes over this part. And that is this right here. So that's going to go on to that to make it pretty. Alright, I'll do that and I'll be back. Ceiling fans, blades now completed. Aren't they pretty? And this is what you really kind of had to do. It's just 3 screws and a washer to work on the ceiling fan light. So there's my ceiling fan blades. Pretty cool. Looks good so far. I did need some help with that from my daughter Amanda. Came and helped hold the blade while I put the first screw in, because you can't really put the first screw in without somebody holding the blade up. You could, but it'd probably take an extra 20 minutes because you'd lose a screw and you'd have to go down and get it, and lose a screw and have to go down and get it. So if you get a helping hand just to put the blades on there so you can screw them in real quick. So there's 2 screws for each blade. And that's it. So now I'm going to do the ceiling fan light kit, and I will be right back. Okay, again, it looks like a pretty simple. Here's the light kit, separate. Forward, it's black on black and white on white, and black on black, white on white, right up there. So it should be pretty quick, easy install. Be right back. So that's what that looks like. That was another pretty simple step. I'll be right back. So the next step is to install the bulbs. The bulbs that come with it are these 13-inch 15-inch fluorescent swirly twirly bulbs, which I just, sorry, I don't care how good they are for the environment, whatever that may be. I don't know what the issue is with why we have to use these, but I hate them. So I bought some Sylvania Ultra LED 60-watt bulbs, and I'm hoping that these will replace just fine, because yep, this is what it looks like with just the bulbs now installed. That was pretty simple, of course. We're gonna put the top cover on and see how that goes. Be right back. So it's not making noise. So now there it is, and then we're gonna turn the power back on and see if it works. Please, please work. And we have success. Yay! One try. Yay, so I'm done. Finished the fan in the new studio that Ethan's gonna have, because I'm gonna be so good at putting this thing together. I'm telling you, it's gonna be beautiful when I'm done. Alright, ceiling fan done. Room walls taken off, done. Toys cleaned out, done. I think I'm going to leave this carpet because it's kind of a pretty green color. I'm just going to have to get it cleaned because it's kind of a mess. But it is a pretty color. It would look cool with blacks and grays. So it's kind of like emerald sea green. Not emerald ring green. Alright, so until next time. Bye. I'm building Ethan some acoustic panels for his music room, and these are them finished. Okay, so now this is the frame. We put wood glue on them first on the ends, matched them up together and nailed them. Some of these were like kind of off a little bit, so we put like 3 on the ends just to make it a little stronger. 5 across. And then after we put that in, we put the support for the fiberglass. So there's 2 inches from here to here that the fiberglass will sit. So it leaves a 1.5 inch space between the wall and the insulation for the waves to go through and hit the wall and not come back out. Get kind of stuck back there. So that's that. That's what it looks like now before we put insulation in it. So today we're making 5. Didn't know how long it would take. I would have rather just done them all. But it's not taking us too long, so that's good. Okay, so now we got all 4 panel or corners done, and we did it like this. So we're putting glue. Go ahead. On the end first. We usually do a little neater than that, but
no.
Okay, so now we gotta make sure that we get the end. We're using a nailing gun with 18 gauge nails, and
This is
our thing is 1.5 inch. So because there's boards are warped sometimes, we're having to pull it and make sure the edges are smooth like here. So he's holding it tight while I nail it in. Did you get nervous?
No, I'm pulling pressure. That's my hand slid
Okay,
up
so
at the
now
top.
he's got to even it at the top, make sure the edges are good, because we don't want the fabric to show all these bumps and lumps. And because it's nails and not screws, I like to put in extra, so I make sure it's holding good and nice sturdy frame.
You go up on top?
Yeah, I did some up there. Okay, so that's that. So that's how we are doing our frame. We did that 4 times around. And now, it's just putting a little extra glue in there and squeezing it in so it gets a little extra tightness is all. My video is going to be all messed up because I'm going sideways and upside down. So then I just kind of look and see which, you know, is the smoothest here at the top, the smoothest fit. Because if it's like up too high or there's like a little bit of a ledge, I'm trying to find it so that there's no ledge because the fabric's going to show that through. So I might end up filing those down, just seeing how anal I am. We'll might do it that way, but otherwise it's that frame. So now we're going to just flip it up, stand it up this way, and put these boards right here on here, and just make sure that it's like not, you know, it's even with the edge, not too off the edge. And then I will. All right, could you just put your foot there, David, so that and just nail it. I'm gonna even this one out, make sure this one's okay. My fingers are dirty. This is number 2 Knotty Pine. It's a little more expensive. I guess you can use furring is what the video I'm following said you could use, but it kind of splits easy. So David works at a lumberyard, so we just used number 2 Knotty Pine. It's going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter if there's knots in it. Hammer those babies in. Side 1 done. We're going to do another one same way. Flip. Here's the other board. Just want to make sure it's not. Okay, David. Hammer that in there. Same thing on this side. This leaves the 2-inch space for the insulation right here to lay nice and flat. And this holds it from falling out the back of the frame. Ta-da! Another frame done. So we have it open in the back so it can hang a 1.5 inches off the wall so that there's space between the wall and the insulation. This is fiberglass Corning 703. Owens Corning 703. And this is what the box looks like. These are 1x4 boards measured to the length of the Corning Owens Corning fiberglass, so 2 foot by 4 foot, 2 foot wide by 4 foot long, and that's that so far. So we'll go start from the beginning of one of these panels. Okay, so now I showed you the panels and what they look like and everything with the Owens Corning in them. Sorry, fiberglass. So now here's a finished one that I finished with the fabric and the backing and everything. So there it is. Looks beautiful. It's perfect, if I don't say so myself. So I just snugly pulled everything tight and Made some really cute corners. Here's the corners. If you can see them very clear here. But, so this is all you'll see is just this little fold right here. And then the back doesn't have to be pretty, but it's got to be covered so that the fiberglass is contained. So the back I just used basically a shower curtain. I didn't want to spend the money I spent on the fabric on the front, so the back doesn't matter. It's just to contain the fiberglass. I just used a shower curtain, real thin cheesy shower curtain, covered it up. Looks nice. My son came and seen the back of one of them. He's like, oh, what is that? Is that some kind of special something or other? I'm like, nope. So there's the corners and then the front. And I will show you, the fabric is just fabric. They said, looking on the internet, that you just had to be able to breathe through it. So that's what I did with this. And it was just a basic black fabric. And then I bought one that's also like a design, so that I can put 2 panels with a design fabric so that it's not just all black. So I'll show you now how I put this together, and we'll see how that works. All right, back. So first, I laid the fabric out on my table like this, and this one I'm going to show you with my printed fabric rather than the black ones, but I'm going to make 2 printed ones. So this is the fabric that I got. The design, I just thought it was kind of cool, you know, kind of guyish, kind of intense. It was pretty cool, and it's basic, you know, black grays, so that you can kind of match anything with it. So anyways, I lay it out on my my marble table, so I don't have to worry about what I'm ironing on, because the marble, it's not going to hurt the table. So I'm just going to iron it, get these creases out beforehand, and just get those out, and then I'll bring the panel in here. So give me 1 second, I'll iron it up. Okay, so here's the panel. You just kind of want to make sure you don't have anything sticking out like on the front of it that might, you know, pop through the fabric and show as a lumpy or bumpy or whatever. So, you know, just these little pieces or whatever. And yes, this is fiberglass, and you shouldn't use your fingers. So it looks nice and smooth on the front. So now I'm just gonna pop it up onto the table. So now I got it up here. I'm doing this one-person project here, so I can't hold the camera and the thing at the same time. So you just want to make sure you have enough to, you know, fold over and staple down onto the frame, right? So just enough fabric over top there. And then this is fabric from Joann's, and I don't know, let's see here. It doesn't really say what kind it is, but this is what I got for from Joann's. So make sure it's on enough side. This one I don't have to cut really. It was wide enough to go on here, and I just wanted to make 2 panels, so I will waste a little on the sides over here, but I've got enough length down there to make 2 panels. So 2 4-foot by 8-foot panels, 2 foot by 4 foot, sorry, panels. So I'm going to just take this and start stapling, and I started on the short end, like the 2-foot wide end, and I start it in the middle, like right here. I'll pull it up, start it tight, then I pull it tight, go to here, pull it tight, go to here. So I'll do that. Give me a second. So after I staple, you know, the edges here, I pull it up tight and staple them, but I want to leave, I'm just using a boss stitch stapler with the air gun thing, just because I have that. But if you just have a hand stapler, you could probably do the same thing with it. So but I'm leaving some space to the end, And then when I do this side, I'll leave some space also like that, so that when I make my folds, make my corners, I have the room that I need to work with right here. So staple it all the way around, leave a few inches from the ends on each corner, and pull snug as you're doing it. I just pull up and I staple. I pull up and I staple. So I'm going to do that around. Hold on. Okay, so I stapled like all the sides down. Made sure I pulled. Check every now and then, you know, flip it up, make sure, okay, it looks smooth and cool. It's not wrinkled or pulled wrong or uneven. I just noticed with a pattern, you're going to have to make sure that you're stapling. Like mine is a small pattern, so it doesn't matter too much, but I just kind of kept my eye on like where the stars were getting, you know, pulled up to, so you don't pull them too far and make a, you know, like that and make it off center or whatever. So just, if you got a pattern, just might be a little itty bitty more tedious than if you didn't have a pattern. Hope I didn't just mess up my video by turning it. But so now I'm going to do a side or a corner. So what I do is I staple the short end. There's a long end. So I take the short end and staple it all the way to the end. And then it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, I guess, but basically pull this nice and snug over. And then you're gonna, it's almost like wrapping a present, you know. You're just gonna take it and fold it and make sure that this gets pulled nice and tight. Again, I'm doing this one-handed, so, but see how you have like that nice fold right here. You just want it, and then I just take the iron, just because I'm anal like that. I take the iron and just run it over that little fold, but as you can see here, you can barely see it, so it's kind of nice with the pattern. And then I just staple on top, and then take the rest and kind of just fold it in so it, you know, goes into a nice corner up there. Staple that, and it makes it really perfectly on the corner. It makes it really nice and tight and crisp corner. So that's that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now I got all 4 corners done, and they look, when they're completed, I just have this extra fabric that you can just leave lay inside. You don't need to cut it off or anything. And this is what it looks like from the front. So nice and neat and smooth and flat, not a wrinkle in sight. Here's the fabric close up of the design. And now I'm going to put the back on, which I just bought I bought some cheapo, what do you call it, shower curtains from Christmas tree shops. I think it was $2 or something, just these cheap Bath Essentials, yeah, $1.99. So I cut those, each one, which was a 70 by 72 panel. Each one of these makes 2. You know, covers enough for 2 with quite a bit left over. So I already cut this one from the last one, and just because, you know how these cheapy shower curtains are, you put on like the liner on the inside of your shower, they're thin. So like the top part is where I started, and I just stapled it on. I just use that because it's kind of reinforced already. You know how they like make it a little thicker, you know, up here, so that it doesn't rip where the shower holes are. So I just start up there, staple that up there, and I fold it in half at the corner so that when I'm stapling it down the side, it's folded in half and it's thicker and it's grabbing it a little better because it's thicker and it doesn't just pop through this plasticky vinyl, whatever it is. So I'm going to get started on that, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so I just staple it across the top like I was saying, and then to the corner, and then I just folded it under So there's like a folded amount underneath here. Folded it, see, just to give it some reinforcement along the sides so that it's not so thin and it's folded. And if you notice, I also went in enough so that you won't see this from the front, you know what I mean? So I gave it a little gap like right here, just because I don't want it to pop out from the front of the thing and show from the, you know, front. So I just scooted it in a little bit and stapled it in. And these are, you know, you don't have to staple these as much, you know, make such a big deal about it because it's the back. So I'm just going to staple a few along the sides, along the bottom, along the other sides, and that'll be done. Be right back. Okay, yay, I'm done. So here's my corners. So they all kind of just fit inside of the thing. And I just flip it over. Lovely snowy day out. And there is my completed panel. Let's put it in here.
Engage your custom engagement ring. You see it in person at your local jeweler. No risk, no obligation. Ritani, a smarter way to buy an engagement.
Okay.
Start today.
Panel number 4.
Buy online or preview for free at your local jeweler.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Car insurance. I went online and it's true. Amica has this amazing reputation for customer satisfaction.
Putting customers first is
They're
what
really
Amica
cool.
does
I'm
best.
so excited.
They're here to make your life easier.
But this
24
one,
hours a day.
It sounded
I think
great,
we'll add
but
some
there's one way to be sure. Call Amica.
because I plan on putting making the walls like a gray,
Switch to Amica,
steel kind of gray, kind of like maybe like this gray. Probably not a good view of it. Maybe a purple. He likes purple, believe it or not. And this is like a deep purple, which you can't really tell, but it's called suede painting, but it's kind of a purple. Well, it is purple. It's beautiful though. This is how I'm doing the lazy man's way of doing the picture frame that I'm going to make for his picture that I bought him right here. So I cut the wood. I don't like to have to deal with how to figure out a miter and all that crap. So I cut the wood just square enough to fit the frame of the picture. And I stapled it. So that's what I'm doing. Hold on one second while I put the staple gun back together here. Okay, so here's my frame. I just stapled it here on all the corners. And this is just, again, a crappy way to do it, but it's not going to be seen. So I just did the staples like this, and then I put some, or just put one on each corner here. I'm going to get my camera's not. So now I'm going to just put my monkey frame, my monkey picture on. So here's the picture. He's cool. It's a monkey with his headphones on, and he's thinking, like, dude, is this a good song? Don't know. I have to work on it. So I'm going to put him on. I'll show you how I do it in a sec. So I've so far stapled just around the edges, leaving the little bit of space from the corners to be able to do the folds. I did one fold. This one's here. Not too bad. This, again, I'm not trying to be perfect on this, actually, so, which I usually am on everything, but I just bought this and made fun with it, but I took it to Joann's to see how much they would charge me to frame it, and she said it would be $100 and some. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm like, kiss my butt, I'm gonna go home and make a frame. So here I am making a frame for the photo, the picture. It's a canvas. All right. So one thing I would suggest you don't do on the table is hammer. Here's my marble table, and I hammered it, and that's what happened. I don't know if you can see it. See it cracked. Whoops. It cracked. That's the hammer. I was trying to hammer a nail in the wood so it wasn't sticking out and scratch the wall. And I think it would have rather had a scratched wall than my marble table shattered. So that's what happened to the table when I hit it with the hammer. So don't hammer on your marble table. The skyline diffuser. These are the numbers we I figured it out as what board I wanted to make. So like I need 38 1-inch boards of 114. So total I'm going to need 114 of each of those. The 3-inch I'm going to need 120. 4-inch I'm going to need 45. So what we're doing is cutting them. We got all the 4-inch ones cut. And now we're cutting the 3-inch. Just kind of made a stopper so that it just kind of goes quickly. Then you scoot it up to the stopper, and that's a 3-inch blade. That looks like poo. I don't want that board. So that's where we're at right now on this. And we're only got we got the 45. 1, 2, 3. Only about 350 or 60 more boards to cut. All right, we'll be back. Okay, so this is what we got done so far. We got the 3 and 4-inch ones done. So now we've just got 228 more to go. So there's those. So far, so good. It went pretty quickly. It's just we ran out of good wood. The wood we have left is crap. So now we have to wait until got a few of the 1-inch ones started, but we ran out of wood. I got garbage like this left, so I definitely don't want ugliness on there. It's got a dent, and so just have to wait till tomorrow to start on the other ones. So that's where we're at right now. Got those done. We are sanding. My daughter Patricia is helping. I've enlisted her help to help sand the blocks, but we still haven't done the size 1-inch and 2-inch cuts. So I figured I'm going to start doing these sanding while I'm waiting for more wood, because we ran out of wood to make the other cuts. So basically we're just sanding the corners, the edges, so you can see they're sharp. Edges that come on the wood. So we're just sanding them so that they're nice and smooth. So that's what we're doing with those. And so far we've done 40. And we still have 120 more over here to do. Alright, so I'm going to get back to sanding. Just wanted to show that part.
There's a denture adhesive that holds strong until evening. Fixative Plus adhesives. Just one application gives you superior hold, even at the end of the day. Fixative. Strong, more like natural teeth.
It's time for a holiday remix at Shoe Carnival. Find an amazing selection of boots for women and kids on sale starting at $19.98. Plus, buy one, get one half off on top of sale prices. What are you waiting for? Shop Shoe Carnival today. A surprise in store.
You've been injured, lost wages. The insurance company wants to settle for a very low number. Go back to them with this number. 855-WINS.
Let me get this straight. You want a career with excitement? Well, the kitchen's where it's at. If you have a love for food and a thirst for culinary adventures, call Dorsey Schools. You can learn the art of professional cooking, from regional favorites to international cuisine, and be ready for success fast. It's time to get cracking. On a career you really love. Call
Rover's
now.
like, dude.
Schools at 866-585-6900. That's 866-585-6900. Call now.
Fox 2 News.
Okay, so I lost Patricia, but I'm still sanding away.
Hi, this is Lee. Can I help you?
But,
Just hit by a semi. I'll come right out
those
to
are
help.
done,
Just
yay.
tell me what hospital.
So that this many to do here, but then on top of that we got to do the 2-inch and the 1-inch, which is going to be like a total of another 230 more blocks to sand after this. So I'm almost done though, just to check in. So now this is the glue I'm going to use, Type Bond Quick and Thick, to glue on my boards for my Skyline diffuser. Those are like 1-inch little ones. All those 2, 3, and 4-inch. All these. So anyways, just got finished sanding about 400 and some boards with partial help from my husband and partial help from my daughter. It took us about, like, I did about probably an hour and a half by myself, and then with one other person, maybe 3 hours. I don't know, it was probably a total of about 6 hours just to frickin' sand them. So I sanded like the edge a little bit so that it would be, you know, kind of smooth, kind of rounded just a little. I don't want to round them, but I did, you know, it looked really nice to have them kind of curved just a little. I'm fine when I did, because so these are some really cool looking boards right here. So I made sure we did a couple of these kind in every size so that they would be spread out. But I like that design. I thought that was pretty cool design on there. And it thought it would look really pretty, so I think that'll be neat. I'm going to leave it natural and let Ethan decide when I'm done if he wants it colored or painted or stained or whatever. But anyways, that's what I did for sanding. That's how long it took. They're all done, and I'm going to start gluing them on now. So like I said, I'm going to use the Type Bond Quick and Thick. My husband said that's a good glue, so that's what I'm going to use. So here it is, and I'm going to start. I'll be back. I'll show you what it looks like after the first few rows. Okay, so I've done 4 rows. 4 rows. They're going pretty good. I get a few things like this, and because I'm freaking annoyed by things that don't go perfect, that bothers me, but I can't squeeze that part in any further. So, but otherwise, they're going pretty good. And so basically, I'm putting in about that much glue on each one. And then, wait a minute, am I on the right one? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just putting the glue on, and then I measure it up with the top one. And because my piece started with a blank space, I just put one that I wasn't gonna glue down in there, and measured this one next to it so that I could start my row, because it started with a 0, so it was kind of odd. So anyways, I glue this on, make sure it's all even and straight. Push it in, and then if I get any glue that comes out the side, like that a little bit, I'm just taking a Q-tip and wiping it off, because I don't want it to dry with like a lump and then make my board uneven. By the time I get up to that next row, it'll be hard, and then my board will be even, my little cube. So just a little tip there, and I guess here I go. So I'm going to do some more. And then I'll be back. Now I made one section of it. So I want to make 3. As you can see, my board is long. It took me a couple hours, only because I'm probably a little too anal, so maybe, you know, but I think probably most people that are going to want to be doing this on their own, that decided, hey, I want to make one of these are probably like me and more of a perfectionist anyway, so you'll understand that you want to try and get them as close to each other as possible and so on and so forth. So whatever, they're pretty cool looking. I've got one section of 12 by 12 done, but it's actually 24 by 24 or whatever you want to call it, because the boards aren't actually 2-inch by 2-inch. These are the ones that I'm noticing have issues. So I don't know what this is. It looks like they got oil in them or something. And these are cracked, and so I told David I'm probably going to need a few more cut, and he's like, I can't believe you would worry about that stuff. I do. Anyways, now I've got the one version, the one thing of it done. So now I got to do another.
Whoa, what is that?
Two more to do.
Is this a city?
Well, it's called a skyline diffuser. It's the skyline of a city. So it looks pretty cool though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've got 2 done. It's kind of hard to... Those are his panels hidden under over there. His absorption panels. So now this is my skyline city so far here. Oh. So 2 of them are done, and this would be a third space for a third one. So there it is so far. 2 24 by 24 sections done. Now I'm doing the third one right here. I'll be back. Here's the finished project. I'm trying to see if I can get up high enough to get the whole thing in there. It's huge. Okay, so that took, it's now 7:13. It took hours and hours and hours and hours to do. So, but there it is. It's really cool looking. It's huge. It's going to be beautiful. And I want to spray this with something, I don't know what, but whatever I'm going to use to make it like so you can see all the designs stand out more, and it'll darken the wood a little bit. But I love all these designs, like, you know, like here and here, here, all those cool designs. I love that. So I want that to show through. So I'm gonna probably do some sort of polyurethane or whatever, but I don't want it shiny. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So yay, that part is finished. Now we're on to painting the room, and David has started that, so we'll go see what the color looks like. Okay, so now painting's done. I got my door hanger stuff. We're gonna put a new barn door on here, which is like the sliding door, so that this door doesn't have to open up into everything. I finished the skyline diffuser. Here's my pride and joy. This I sprayed with some, what was that brand name, David?
What?
What was the brand name of that spray paint I bought?
Brand name of what?
Krylon, I think.
Krylon matte finish.
Yeah, Krylon matte finish spray paint, acrylic spray paint. I didn't want to have a shiny color. I didn't want it to shine. I just wanted the natural wood, but I wanted it something to seal it and something to bring out the all those cool wood tones, like all these. So I sprayed it, took 2 cans inside and out, sprayed it. So there it is, completed. It's going to go on the wall right here behind this couch. Yeah, don't look at those patch jobs that Ethan did earlier. Didn't sand them. So we're going to cover those up anyway, so we didn't worry about them. And there's that awesome diffuser. I understand why people charge so much online to buy these. Took forever. But it's done. So now I even enlisted David here to paint the door. I hate painting. He painted the walls and he painted the door for the barn door that we're going to put up hardware for over there. Okay, so this is the hanger system for the skyline diffuser and for the panels, the absorption panels that we're going to put up. This is what we bought. This is supposedly supposed to hold 200 pounds. So it's called Hangman, I believe. Yeah, there's the top piece. These are the smaller ones for the diffusers. So I'm only putting one, and it's only this long. It's not very long, but it says it holds 200 pounds. So we're just going to stick it in the middle of this, and I think I'm just going to put two pieces of Velcro maybe on the bottom. Some super strong Velcro. So, picture hanging system. Hooks on the back, and then it hooks in the wall as you see in picture number 5. And so I'm going to get to it. Okay, so now we got the diffuser up. Yay! Look how big that baby is. It looks so cool in here with the colors. Deep purple and the black, and the wood just stands out. Ah, yay. So those Hangman hangers are pretty darn good. So if you guys, because I know online I couldn't find really anybody that had a way to hang it flat, because I don't want any, I mean, it's flat against the wall, so you can see there's no gap. So these things are awesome to hang flat. And this one, I think, was just one of these little packs is like $8, but you get one set. So yeah, so $8 for the little ones, which I'm going to use for the sound panels. And then this is for 75 pounds. And then the other ones, which is kind of overkill for the panels, but I just think that these will hang nice with this. So this one is for the diffuser, was the bigger one, and that holds 200 pounds. And it was longer, you know, so it was nice to hang across the middle of this one. So that's that. And I'm going to do the sound panels now. See how that works out. So now we're working on the door. As you can see, the door is taken off. Don't look at our hallway paint, which we haven't finished yet. The molding. But the door is taken off, and we're going to put a barn door on here. So it's going to slide across there to open up. So we've already taken the door off, and now we're going to ready to put up all the stuff for it. Again, an hour and a half or 2 hours drilling holes in a stupid piece of metal, because the original holes were there. The original hole. We had these holes that didn't line up with any kind of a stud up here. So we had to drill holes in the metal bar so that they would even up with the stud, because we don't have a lot of room. We got a wall and a wall, so I can't slide the bar enough like this way or that way to make it hit a stud with those holes. So we had to drill holes. So use a steel drill bit, because yeah, we took forever. So there we are. That's where we're at right now. We're still going to start putting it up now. So finally, we got the railing up for the barn door. So that's pretty cool. It finally fit and worked, and we just had to make our own screw holes. So we'll just have a few extra holes there that will be next to the screws. But, I mean, it doesn't look bad. So, yay, we got that part up. Now we're going to finish painting the door. And then, put it up. Well, we got to screw on these. Where are they at? These go on the door. The door hangs like that. And then the door gets screwed to that, and then it slides like that. So soon as we get the door painted and drying, that'll be done. So now I'm going to start on my sound panel, the acoustic panels, and I'm going to put it on the ceiling right here. So while David's painting, I'm going to measure those hooks and set them on there and get it up. Okay, so just so you can see what not to do, I had said this was going to happen. It's an I told you so moment, but I won't say it. So this was the back panels that were put up, and the acoustic panels, and this one fell off in the middle of the night because what I had said was going to happen happened. It was going to just pull the paint off the wall at the bottom where the Velcro is on the bottom of the panel. So this is good. Still use that, but what I'm going to do was what I said we should have did is, because I stapled the panel, the Velcro into the panel because I knew it would just fall off. He said, no, it won't. Yes, it will. I'm going to staple it in. I should do it on the wall too. No, wait. So that's what happened. That's what I need to do, is staple these little pieces into a stud, which I said we should put a piece of wood like this across so that it catches a stud. So make sure you don't just Velcro to the ceiling, because I knew it was going to fall off. So now I'm here to fix what we messed up, and I'm going to Velcro, I'm going to staple the Velcro into the stud so that it stays on the wall and holds the bottom of the panel. So just FYI when hanging your stuff, if you're hanging anything on the wall, the ceiling. It's a ceiling that's angled, so it's not a straight up ceiling. And it's got to be flush, because when you stand up from here, as you can see, the couch, and you stand, and I've got enough room to stand with them like this, but it's got to be flush, so it got to be flush like this. Alright, so I'm going to fix it now with the staples. Yeah, staples. Oh. Okay, so I'm doing some bass straps now. This is the Roxul Safe and Sound, and this is what it is here. Roxul Safe and Sound, and it's the 16-inch. They have it come in 24 and 16, but I believe 16 is what they carry in most, like Home Depot is where I got this one. So I'm cutting this piece. It's 16 by 48, 47, so it kind of, they're like 16, like 15 and 3/4 maybe. I came over and cut, measured 15 and 3/4, and this is really simple to cut with just like a bread knife. So I was just cutting, and as I cut down into the next one, and then it makes the, I don't have to measure every single time. So I cut it, and then when I pick it up, the one underneath is still cut, and I don't have to measure it every time. So anyways, I get these little corners, triangles, that I'm going to put in the corners of the room. So I'm going to take these in there now, and I'll show you where I'm sticking them. Okay, so this is kind of where I stick it, and just set it up in the corner, and then I will be putting like a screen, kind of like, my panels that I did here, these black panels. Kind of hard to see in this light, but these black panels I made, I'm just going to put a really thin, like even skinnier than 1/2 inch, maybe 1/4 inch frame I'm going to make, and put it over the front of that, so it will be hidden. So there's one corner, there's the other corner, and probably should go to the ceiling, but I don't think I'm going to, because I think what I want to do is put like a little shelf on the top, so that he has some place just to put something up there if he wants to, display something cool looking or whatever. there'll be like little shelves in the corner. So, let's see, 6, 7, 8 squares. So about 6, 7, 8, 2.5 pieces of insulation slabs. Like it took me to get to where I want to be, and 12 come in a pack. So I'm gonna do there, I'm gonna do there, and then I'm gonna do a short one up front there. Okay, so this is my panel cover for the base straps in the corners. All I need to do with these was make the cover. So I just made a frame of the size, the height, and the width that I wanted to put in the corner. I hope it fits in the corners. The first one I made, basically just stapled the corners together. Nice thin wood. It's pretty thin. This is like a 1/4 inch, but these were 1/2 inch, so most of them are 1/2 inch thick. Just used some extra wood that I had left over. Stapled the edges, pulled this fabric tight, and now I'm gonna set them upstairs. Well, I got one. Here's the other frames. This one was a really tall 84-inch frame, so I had to staple together 2 pieces of wood that I had. I didn't have 84-inch wood, so I stapled the corners, well, nailed them, pin nailer, and then these I stapled the crap out of the corners. They're the ends to make them stick together. I put glue between them also. So here is one. I made 2, 3, 4 corner base traps. So I'm gonna go upstairs right now and we'll see if it fits.
You didn't get that on camera, did you?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh God, I hope no one else seen or heard.
There's Amanda's new Timberlands. See the sides? See the wedge? Really cute. Alright, we're not talking about Timberlands, so get in there and see if this... Now I cut the longest one, the base trap that's going to go pretty much from floor to ceiling. And this is the fabric, how I just kind of cut around it. I saw this wasted fabric though, because it's just misses being able to use it. But this is this, and this is the biggest one. Last one to put up, and then when I go put them all up, I will show you what it looks like at the end. So I'm just kind of doing the same thing I did with the acoustic panels. Stapling them on. So, alright, now I'm going to do this, and I will get back with you. Okay, so I got the base straps done. Yay! I gotta smooth them out. They look a little lumpy now that I see with the light on. But there is the base traps with the covers on that I built. Again, here's the covers. I got one more to put up over in this corner, and it's just kind of hard to get in over there. So I'm going to put one more back in there. And there's that one. My beautiful skyline diffuser that I made by hand. There's that one. There's 2 panels up here. I got to get that dust off that I put on there from that insulation, putting this big monster base trap in. So here's the other base trap. So there's that. Now I have to, there's those panels, and this is the door that I need to put. I'll put a 2x4, like one of these size, on this door, because it needs one. And then this shelf he can put all his crap on. And that's it. So there it is. Almost completed. Well, I think I'm pretty much gonna stop the videoing and put this on YouTube just so people can see that, you know, maybe a a woman can do this too. I appreciate all the help and ideas I got from everybody online though, because I did research for quite a while before doing all this. And I want to thank everybody that did their videos, so that's why I thought I'll put mine on. I don't know how many people it'll help, but hey, why not? Thanks again for any help that I got from all your other videos. Happy music making. Bye. With Ethan's room, we have 5 acoustic panels up. One, I want to do a sound test now compared to before anything was in here. So we have 1, 2, 3 sound panels there, 4, 5, 2 sound panels there. We have 4 bass traps. 1 huge one there, 2, 3, and then 1 back there. So, and I still need to put up an acoustic panel on the door there, and 1 here on this wall, maybe 1 or 2 right there actually. And I wanted to do something on the ceiling. So, but as of now, what I do have, I wanted to compare and see if anything sounds any better with this stuff in compared to prior to having it in. So right now I'm going to clap first, compare that. You can hear the ting afterwards. That's before all the sound. You can hear the ting afterwards. That's before all the sound. Okay, and then now we're going to play the same song that I played the first time, which is Ethan's song that he made, which is called Something Crazy. So we're going to play that right now and compare it. Okay, Patricia, my daughter's going to play it. Song is available on SoundCloud. Okay, so that was that. So now we will just compare it to the other video that I made with my Harman Kardon speaker. Use the same speaker each time so that it would be comparable. Because at the time I didn't have the speaker system set up. It was taken apart when we first started the room. So I used this Harman Kardon. And it's a great speaker, so it'll be good to compare with. So, pretty much the room is done now, and, yeah, thank goodness. Well, I got, still, like I said, those panels to make, but otherwise, yeah, it's done. So, all good. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.